Hughes. Shanti. What can go so, comrades? Dennis Jacden told the newspaper that bring the bell upon the dresser for me. Dennis Jacden told the newspaper observer behind paywall that he paid over the money to customs under what invoice? And Julian Robinson told Dean Jackson Miller that Dennis Jacden turned over the money to university because Dennis Jacden knows that university owe the money, not custom. Not custom. He owes the money to university because university bring in the thing under their name. So what is going on, comrade? Thank you very much. Rakan come in, comrade. Rakan come in. Jacden has provided the University of the University Hospital of the West Indies with proof of payment of custom duties. All right. This is the voice of Dennis Jacden now. Let me put everything in context and perspective. Those who are calling for my resignation, they have no moral authority to do so. If we're going to talk about resignation, let's go across the board. But I am not here to defend the stewardship of anyone else. I am here to defend the stewardship of myself. Then if you're here to defend the stewardship of yourself, Dennis Jacden, why are you talking about other people? Why are you talking about other people? It's like me work at the bus company, me a thief, Travi a thief, Nation a thief, and then catch me and me and say, well, I me alone a thief, you know, I lock up Travi and Nation to call them a thief. To talk for yourself. Allow the investigation to proceed, and after the evidence come forward about the other personnel, the court will deal with it. This is you on the chopping block, Dennis Jacden. Why are you talking about other people? And the argument that let me put everything in context and perspective, those who are calling for my resignation, they have no moral authority to do so. Who am I talk? Who am I talk this in? Remember Dennis Jacden? Remember it was your comrade leader, Mark Jefferson Golding, who stood on multiple platforms, in multiple speeches, telling the people of Jamaica that under his leadership, there would be a zero tolerance approach as it relates to corruption. Remember, it was your party leader and comrade leader who stood at the platform and said, when he hear from formal sources, he will deal with you. Remember, it was your party leader who said no hanky-panky in the PNP. Remember, it was your party leader who said the chips will fall where they lie. So who are you referring to now? Could not be anybody else. You need to your party and most party leader you attack. Couldn't we? All right. Hear him now, guys. This is character assassination. It is modern day lynching by persons with their own political agenda. Oh, Dennis Jacden. So when Mark Jefferson Golding, Dennis Jacden, come here. You guys want to like up the live and make it get on the For You page. So Dennis Jacden, when Mark Jefferson Golding stood on multiple platforms, in multiple interviews, including on the debate stage, and tried to tear down the Prime Minister, to attack his character, assassinate his character. It wasn't that modern day lynching. Wasn't that modern day lynching, comrade Dennis Jacden? You see how it feel when the shoes is on the other foot? You see how it feel when the ball is in your guys' court? When your party leader and your former party sec stood on multiple platforms, in multiple interviews, including the debate, and tear down Andrew Holness, tear down his wife, attack his character. Wasn't that modern day lynching? Comrade, talk to me, man. Talk to me. Talk to me. Wanna see how it feel? Wanna see how it feel? Uno see how it feel, comrades? Uno get a dose on own medicine. Take it and drink it. Uno get a dose of uno own medicine. Take it and drink it. You guys did the very same thing to the Prime Minister without evidence. At least we have evidence here. At least we have evidence here from the CEO and from the customs officers of Jamaica. You guys had no evidence. Want to not tear down the Prime Minister, want to not assassinate him character, want to bring up him wife name and tell life on him hard-working wife who tear out every single dollar out our bank book to buy our first to do our first development. None of you had any regards for Prime Minister and Jamaican Holness when you guys were tearing him down. None of you had any regards for Mrs. Holness and her 2 children when you guys were tearing down Mr. Holness. Now come talk about character assassination. You are on the chopping block now. Take click. Take click, boy. We come and talk about public lynching, modern day lynching for. What happened when you did a lynch the Prime Minister? What happened when you guys were doing the very same thing to Jamaica Holness and Juliet and Marie Holness and then 2 boys? We don't go as far as to go on the voting list to look if the boys them named up on the voting list to try to bring them down. We don't go as far as to AI picture of one of them son to talk about how much him is a gay. What about them time there? We don't know how that feel, comrades. We don't know how that feel. You guys did the very same thing to Jamaican Holness. Now you to talk about this is character assassination. It is modern day lynching. Oh. So what good for the goose, not good for the gander, comrades? What is good for the goose is not good for the gander after all. You have Andre Stevens living at the one room and a sleeping table. Every single week he put a picture of the Prime Minister and the Prime Minister wife and tear them down. He make a song about the Prime Minister. Isn't that character assassination, Dennis Gordon? Isn't that character assassination, Mark Golin? Isn't that character assassination? Dennis Gordon, you're a public official. You're a public figure. You're not against criticism. You must be criticized when you do something wrong. You're not above criticism, I should say. Talk about this is character assassination and modern day lynching. Call it what you will. Call it what you will. But you guys did the very same thing to Jamaican Holness. So you sit down and take your lick. All right, now. Hear him again, guys. If the Auditor General had fined me, had indicted me for anything, I would have been the first to resign because I did not go to politics. I did not go to politics for a paycheck. I entered politics for service. So let me ask you a question, Dennis Gordon and comrade. What is the difference between Dennis Gordon, the owner of Jacden, and Dennis Gordon, the person? Help me to understand this because I'm here to come from the comrades as well. What is the difference, comrades, between Dennis Gordon, the person, and Dennis Gordon, the owner of Jacden, the company? I don't understand. I don't understand. We cannot separate the two. We cannot separate the two. You guys did the very same thing to the Prime Minister. The Integrity Commission said companies which the Prime Minister own or is a partner of, and you guys tear him down. Remember the Prime Minister never owned the apartment in a town where the Auditor General flagging off the breaches, you know. I want to tear him. Comrades. Comrades. I want to answer to the Jamaican people. No, stop gaslight me. Stop with a fool, comrades. Cat time jump, but I'm no fool. What you mean, say, so Dennis Gordon, the person, is different from Dennis Gordon, the owner of Jacden? Is that what you're saying, Dennis Gordon? Is that what you're trying to tell the people of Jamaica, Dennis Gordon? Are you telling the people of Jamaica, Dennis Gordon and comrades, that Dennis Gordon, the person, is different from Dennis Gordon, the owner of Jacden? We want to understand this line of argument, Dennis Gordon. We really, really want to understand this line of argument because we're not understanding. Because companies that the Prime Minister own, flagged by the IC, and the PNP are not going to run out and tear him down. So I don't understand all of a sudden now, Dennis Garden is telling the people of Jamaica that even though he owns Jacden, we must not hold him accountable for what happens at Jacden. I don't understand. Help me to understand this, Dennis Garden. Help me to understand this. This is a serious issue. Is Dennis Garden really playing in our face, guys? Is Dennis Garden really playing in our faces, guys? We don't understand, comrades. Dennis Garden say the Auditor General never flagged him personally. So that means to say him not resign. Even though the Auditor General spoke about company of which he is the owner. Comrades, make that make sense. Make that make sense, comrades. So where me sooner try separate Dennis Garden from Jacden and separate Jacden from the PNP, one in the same. You cannot take it up, separate them. 3 in 1. Trinity. Dennis Garden, Jacden, PNP. 3 in 1. Okay, comrades? All right. According to the Auditor General report tabled in Parliament, UHWI misused its tax-exempt status to import goods for 4 private companies, which it identifies as Company 1, Company 2, Company 3, and Company 4, resulting in losses totaling 23.1 million. Custom record shows that items such as office furniture, laundry, and medical equipment were declared as hospital imports, but inventory record confirmed these were not acquired by the hospital and were instead obtained by private entities, the audit report stated. So Dennis Garden, your line of argument, you see? Your line of argument that the Auditor General did not name you in old water because you were not under investigation. They weren't auditing Jacden. They were auditing UHWI, and UHWI named upon the invoice. So UHWI them are all accountable for the breaches, not you. UHWI Auditor General job was to audit UHWI, and that is what they did. You notice they never named no company Dennis Garden because them said it is not their job. That is why they redacted the name of the companies. So your argument about the Auditor General did not personally name you, that's hogwash. That's hogwash. It have no moment here. It have absolutely no moment, Dennis Garden, because you personally was not under investigation. It was university. So wheel and come again, Papa. Wheel and come again. All right. The misrepresentation breached the Custom Act result in over 20 million in unpaid import duties, the Auditor General said, pointing out that false declaration and custom documents are subject to fine or prosecution. You hear that, Dennis? False declaration on customs documents are subject to fines or prosecution. So UHWI was the one, Dennis Garden, who made the false declaration. So they were the ones that the Auditor General slapped with this. Not you, because you and Auditor General in no business. Too loud? Too loud?
You want to hear about that?
All right, why not? Let me hear you now. Yes. The Auditor General, your argument that the Auditor General want fresh breeze. Can I get fresh breeze on my veranda?
Yes, ma'am, but you not breeze alone.
All right, I'm going to tone down my voice box, but I cannot come off the veranda. This is a beautiful day, and I want to enjoy it. All right, no problem. Go on now. Yes, guys. Commercial break a while ago. Dennis Garden, let me go back to you. Your argument, Dennis Garden, that the Auditor General did not personally name you, it no hold water. Because you, Dennis Garden, was not under any investigation. So they couldn't name you. And based on the article, it was the university hospital who gave false declaration to customs. Therefore, they will be fined and prosecuted. You understand? It's like you go down at the place, you go buy your license, and you pay the money to the man who sell you the license, and the man are going to trouble, not you. You get your license and gone. You know business with him. That is how it works. And you know this. So just try nobody come try to mislead the country. Come better than that. No dunce, no out here. Not even the PNP not believe you. You notice none of them run out from man and support this foolishness way, right? You notice no PNP not run out this man and support this foolishness way, though? Because them read and know so this is garbage. They read it and they figure this is garbage. You're talking about Auditor General did not name you personally. The Auditor General wasn't auditing you. All right, so let's go again, guys. The UHWI has since named the 4 companies as Supreme Laundry Services, Willman Sales, Scientific Medical Services, and Jacden Limited. In the Observer 100 Life, in the Observer behind paywall. Gordon, the other part now, guys. Gordon, as in Dennis Gordon. The other part now, comrade. Guys, when you like up the live, I'm not reach 100K like it. Keep me on the For You page so the comrades them can see me, man. Keep me on the For You page, guys. So click on the like button as you come in. 140 over here. Like up the live so I can stay on the For You page so the comrades can see me. Because them depend on the For You, you know. Them depend on the For You. Don't worry yourself. Comrades, hear the part here now. Hear the part here now, comrades. Because Dennis Garden say he did nothing wrong. Dennis Garden is claiming that he did nothing wrong, comrades. Hear the part here now. Garden, as in Dennis Garden, who heads Jacden, admitted that UHWI cleared a shipment of dialysis machine for his company. Want to hear that, comrades? Gordon, who heads Jacden, admitted that UHWI cleared a shipment of dialysis machines for his company. How clear on want it than that, comrades? Comrades, how clearer can you get it? Mark Jefferson Golin, how formal can we get? It cannot be more formal than the words of the speaker. These are the words of the accused, Dennis Gordon. Hear me again, comrades. Gordon, as in Dennis Gordon, comrades. Gordon, as in Dennis Gordon, comrades. Who heads Jacden, admitted. You know what admitted mean? You know what admitted mean, comrades? Him confirm. Him agree that UHWI cleared a shipment of dialysis machines for his company. Was that legal? Was that legal, comrades? Is Jacden a branch of UHWI? Yes or no? The question before us, comrade, is Jacden a branch of University Hospital of the West Indies? Why would UHWI be clearing shipments for Jacden? Why would University Hospital of the West Indies, comrades, be clearing a shipment of dialysis machine for a private company? That is the number one question, comrades. That is the question that Dennis Gardner needs to answer from the people of Jamaica. Why would a government entity be clearing a shipment for a private company? A company that have absolutely no ties to the university hospital. That is the $1 million question when Dennis Gardner up talk about he did nothing wrong. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, comrades? Dennis Gardner did nothing wrong. Here are his words. Here are his words, comrades. Gordon, comrades. Gordon as in Dennis Gordon, who heads Jacden, meaning, comrade, he is the owner of Jacden. He is the owner of Jacden. They can't get it no deeper than that. He's not a shareholder. He's not a private investor. He's not a silent partner. He heads Jacden. What are you saying to the people of Jamaica, comrades? What are you saying to the people of Jamaica? He has questions to answer. He has questions to answer, comrade. That is illegal. That is fraud. That is fraud, comrades. It is fraudulent behavior because Jacden has absolutely no affiliation to the university hospital. That is where Jacden go wrong. So I don't want to come and ask me about what Jacden do and what Dennis Gordon do. Him just admit to what he did. You understand, comrades? Why not you don't understand? Gordon, comrades. Gordon, Gordon. Gordon, who heads Jacden, admitted that UHWI cleared a shipment of dialysis machine for his company, but was adamant that this was not an attempt to avoid the custom duties which the company has since paid. Then what was it then? What was it then? Why didn't you follow the proper channel, Dennis Gordon? If this was not an attempt to circumvent the custom duties, why didn't you follow the proper procedure? This is not the first time you're bringing equipment in the country. And those are your admission. Further on in the article, you admitted that this was not the first time you brought equipment in the country. So you knew of the procedure, Dennis Gordon. You knew of the proper procedure. So you can't come gaslight we. Tell the PNP then that you can't tell the well-thinking people of Jamaica that Dennis Gordon, because you knew of the proper procedure. You said it. You said it. Why did you follow the proper procedure? If you did not want to avoid the custom duties, why didn't you follow the proper procedures? This is not the first time you import things in the country. So the argument that you did not want to avoid custom, but what is the reason? You cannot give us a good, and there is absolutely no reason, to be honest. There's absolutely no good reason for you to do it because it was wrong, it is fraudulent, it is illegal, and as an elected official, you should have known better than this. So there's absolutely no excuse, no matter where you come with. This is not the first time you bring things in the country. Why didn't you follow the proper procedures? Hear him now, guys. My company enter into an arrangement with an entity, you know. So let me ask you, Dennis Gordon, why your company never going at the entity with Sarah? Or where the one the western side name? Why didn't your company call the Ministry of Health? Because the argument that my company entered into an arrangement with an entity. Why did you choose UHWI? Why did you choose UHWI, Dennis Gordon? Why you never choose Sarah or the Western region? Why did you choose UHWI to go into an entity with? Because the university is not the only company that bring in things in the country, medical supplies in the country. What more? Why did you choose UHWI? My company entered into an arrangement with an entity which approved the use of its facilitation, which is convention, and this has been going on for more than 20 years. Wanna hear that? Wanna hear that? So the argument with Dennis Gardner come talk about he never know. You never know. You, Dennis Garden, never know about the arrangement, but yes, you don't know set a go on for 20 years. Make that make sense, Dennis Garden. Dennis Garden, the more you talk, the more you sink yourself. The more you talk, the more you sink yourself, Dennis Garden. You never know when it was happening, but you still don't know, say, you are doing it for over 20 years. Who tell you? How you know that? Because remember, you never know about the initial arrangement, you know. You find out afterwards. So afterwards, you find out, say, you were doing it for 20 years, over 20 years, Dennis? Oh, please. Oh, please, Dennis Garden. I bet you never do no interview. I bet you keep silent and send out Mark Golding. Because you only dig yourself in a deeper hole, comrade Dennis Garden. Trust me. Guys, click on the like button and get me to 100K so I can stay on the For You page. The comrades are over there. In Dennis Garden, how did you know, Dennis Garden? Who told you that the University of the Hospital of the West Indies have been using these procedures for over 20 years? Who told you that? Can you give us some insight into this? Because first we are hear this. At first we are hear this because even the acting CEO at the PAAC would not admit how long this was going on. Wanna realize? Even the acting CEO at the PAAC would not confirm or deny how long this has been going on. But here comes Dennis Garden telling the country that this has been going on for over 20 years. Who told you, Dennis Garden? Which one of your comrade brother them tell you this, Dennis Garden? You have questions to answer. You have questions to answer, Dennis Garden. How did you know of this arrangement? How did you know that UWI University Hospital has been facilitating private companies for over 20 years in bringing in things tax exempt? Who told you? Can you give us some insight and some information? Update the country. This is the first time we get a confirmation of this from somebody in the know. We're asking you to give us more evidence of this so we can bring the others of people in before the country. And they'll be made to pay the money where they owe the people of Jamaica. If you have the information, tell it to the IC. Or tell it to the fraud squad or to Mocha. I saw no sink on yourself, Dennis. I saw no sink on yourself. Hear him now, guys. Having realized that mistake was made. So even though Dennis Garden said he never knew about the initial arrangement, he had no intentions on not paying his taxes. He knows say it had gone for 20 years. 3 things he must say now. He never know when it happened. He had no intention not to pay his taxes, but he knows say over 20 years the university had do it. And then hear him again now, guys. Having realized that a mistake was made, I could only do the honorable thing by correcting that mistake. Wow. Round of applause for Dennis Garden. He did the honorable thing. Wow. Round of applause for Dennis Garden, guys. He did the honorable thing and by correcting that mistake. Wow. Wow, Dennis Garden. He's like a man rob a bank and the police catch him and lock him up and then give back the people and the money and we say, thank you, sir, and let him out of the bank and let him out of the prison and send him home. A matter of fact, we buy him all a drink too. Are you serious, Dennis Garden? Are you for real? What is honorable about robbing taxpayers' money? What is honorable about corruption? What is honorable about sweetheart deal and one and wash the other and blatant disregard for the rules of law? What is honorable about that, Dennis Garden? There's absolutely nothing honorable about what you did, Dennis Garden. Let me make that clear to you. Absolutely nothing honorable about your behavior. Talking about I did the honorable thing. The honorable thing was what you should have done from the day one. Not when you get caught. Not when you get caught, Dennis Garden. The honorable thing was to do the right thing from the start. Not after you was fingered. Not after you was caught, but after realizing my mistake. What mistake? What mistake? You knew about this. You knew about this from the day the Auditor General report dropped. And instead of you doing the honorable thing, you tell Mark Godin say you did absolutely nothing wrong. Not only did you do that, you got your lawyers to write to the media houses and try to muzzle them and stop them from reporting the facts. That is what you did. What is honorable about that? What is honorable about that, Dennis Garden? The honorable thing was to do the right thing at the start. Not when you get caught, brother. Give me a break, but you did the honorable thing. What was honorable about that? You should have done the right thing from the start. That is what would have made you an honorable man. Not paying the money after the Auditor General report come out. As a matter of fact, you paid the money 1 day before the PAAC sat. That is what you did. What is honorable about that? What is honorable? You paid the money on the 30th and the PAAC met on the 31st. What is honorable about that? You knew the CEO was going to come to the parliament and tell the people of Jamaica what you did. That is where you run and pay the money on the 30th. Don't come talk about it. You did the honorable thing. What was honorable about that, comrade? What was honorable about that? You paid the money on the 30th and the PAAC met on the 31st. Nothing honorable about what you did. So don't get it twisted. I don't know if you're in your bubbles too long and the people running out tell you the truth, but somebody need to tell you the truth because you did nothing honorable. What you did, what your company did, was use a tax exempt that you guys were not qualified for to bring in 12 dialysis machines, among other things, to be used at your private facilities and charge the people of Jamaica to use it. That is what your company did. What is honorable about that? What is honorable about that, comrade? You must be joking. I could only do the honorable thing by correcting that. That was not a mistake, comrade. That was not a mistake. That was intentional, in my opinion, because you said earlier that it has been going on for 20 years. And I am calling on my government to call down a customer ask which line item Dennis Garden pay the money under. Because when I listen to the CEO in the PAAC meeting in a comrade, Dennis Garden owe customer money. He should turn the money to UHWI along with the late penalty fees. So him run go pay a custom. I want to know who done a custom him pay and who authorized that. The government need to find out about that. Which rogue worker don't a custom collect money from Dennis Garden? Dennis Garden don't owe custom no money. Dennis Garden owe you with the money. And him also need to pay penalties for the breaches. So I hope my government jump on that Monday week. But after finding out the mistakes, I did the honorable thing. What is honorable about what you did, comrade? Absolutely nothing. Hear him now, guys. I was not directly involved, but that does not mean I don't have to take responsibility for my company's action. Thank you very much for saying that. Thank you very much for saying that, Dennis Garden, because they come with them up here so I twist up themselves in a pretzel. They say you're not involved. And you know, if you all accountable. So I thank you very much for pointing that out to the comrades so that they can understand. You are absolutely responsible for what happened at your company. With your own. When people money missing at them account at NCB, and Michael Lee chin then cost. When people get scammed and card and Michael Lee chin then cost. So the argument that we're supposed to separate you from Jacden is crazy. So me gotta point it out to the comrades them. Comrades, this article is in the Observer. It is behind a paywall. So I don't know which one you can read it because I know you not pay for nothing. So you can find it and go read it if you can. It's behind the paywall of an Observer. Hear him, comrades. I was not directly involved, but that does not mean I don't have to take responsibility for my company's action. Because hear the party, comrades. Hear the party. Hear the party, comrades. Hear Dennis Guard say, I own the company. Hear that, comrades? Dennis Garden say, I, Dennis Garden, own the company. Want to hear that, comrades? So the argument that Dennis Garden did not do anything wrong, and the argument that we must tie Jacden to the PNP, here is Dennis Garden telling you, comrades, I own the company. You can't get no more clear than that, comrade leader. You cannot get any more formal than that, comrade leader. It can't get no more clear than that, comrade leader. Dennis Garden told the reporter that I own the company. Hear him now, guys. I try to mislead we. So, what was the cry? He must say, what we about about? That taxpayers were short out of 10.1 million. And so I said to customs, hear him? I said to customs, give me an assessment of what it would have cost so I can pay. Why didn't you say to UHWI? When you wanted the tax exempt, when your company wanted the tax exempt, you want to reach out to UHWI. But when we pay back the money, you want to reach out to custom. Why? Why, Dennis? Why? When you wanted the tax exempt, you reach out to somebody up at UHWI. Somebody in your company, you say, reach out to somebody up at UHWI. But now when you pay back the money, you reach out to customs. Why? Customs, you know what customs no money? Yeah, customs not have no business on a gungo line. You should have reached out back to University Hospital. That is what you should have done. Anyway, hear him now, guys. They reached out to me and said I should pay approximately 10.1 million, which I paid. Hear this now, comrade. Hear this now, comrades. My only crime is my success, and that I am a PNP member of parliament. Gordon added. Wow. So guys, so people, let me ask you now a question. So you feel that Dennis Gordon really thinking that do nothing wrong? I wonder if Dennis Gordon really in his heart and soul believes that he did nothing wrong. The man said only crime is that he is a PNP and he is a member of parliament. The level of arrogance from this man. Him said the only crime him commit was is that he's a PNP and he's a member of parliament. So you're not supposed to uphold the law. You're not supposed to answer to the people of Jamaica because him is a PNP and he's a member of him success. Or you say success because him successful. Oh my God. This is unbelievable. Where is Mark Golding? Where is Mark Jefferson Golding? Where is the integrity boss Mark Golding in all of this? Because this is getting from bad. I bet Dennis Garden never come out. I bet Dennis Garden never put out in food comment. You're not supposed to shame when you read this. The man said the only crime in commit is that he is successful and he's a PNP MP. So the man push me aside, man have no disregard for the corruption that he is a part of a university hospital. You can't believe that, comrades? Mighty God. Here Dennis Garden now, guys. According to Gordon, the machines had already arrived in the island when the company was then informed that it needed an import permit from the Ministry of Health, which could not be processed in the time that was available. Why? Why couldn't process in the time that's available, Dennis? Who set that timeline? Who set that timeline, Dennis Garden? Why couldn't it have been processed? Because the last time I checked, you think them can stay upon WAF up to 6 months. So what do you mean it couldn't process in time? What do you mean, who set that timeline, the Dennis Garden? And why didn't you do the research before you bring in the dialysis machines? One would think that if you're going to make a big investment like that, you will make sure so you have all the details before you go and buy the product, don't it? And I said, go guys, one would think, as a business as Jacden, that do business all the time, and this is not the first time you guys importing things in the country. One would think that you would go out, do the necessary research, paperwork, and make sure you get everything in order before you go and buy the product. I may get it wrong. What am I missing? What am I missing, comrades? What am I missing? So are you telling me that Dennis Garden just sent somebody overseas to buy the dialysis machine without doing his due diligence? Dennis, are you telling the people of Jamaica that you guys went and purchased these machines without finding out how get them in the country? You can't tell me that. You can't tell me that because even when you shop on Shein, you have to know where you're middleman before you pay for your stuff. Even when you shop on Shein, Dennis Garden, you have to put in where you send your things them to and which part them will send it to in Jamaica. And who you fool, Dennis Garden? And who you trick? I must say, comrade them alone to play trick pan. Because the well-thinking Jamaicans now listen to you, Dennis Garden. Even when you shop on Temu, Bridget, when you go up on the website to buy something on Temu and you start to put things in your bin and you're ready to cash out, you have to put in the people them who are going to clear your stuff them for you. The warehouse in Florida where you're going to send it and where in Jamaica you're going to send it to before it get to your house. So you tell me, see a big company like Jacden never do them due diligence, comrades? Guys, when I like up the live and carry me to 100K, let me get on the For You page there. Because the comrades are here. Then shame. Them shame. Because remember, them have education and we have selfish, you know. Remember, them have education and we have selfish, you know, in our labor rights. So you tell me, say the Michael Manley comrade them, who bright like a morning star, never do them due diligence before they go and buy the machines? Make that make sense? Dennis Garden want us to believe, people, that the people them went and purchased these equipments without finding out how they are going to get to the facility in Linjus Road. No, Dennis, nobody in Jamaica now believe that. Not even the comrades. Not even the loyal PNP blogger them on social media will not believe this. I put it to you, Dennis Garden. Nobody will believe this line of argument. Because it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. Because even the supplier is gonna ask you who are gonna clear things out of the wharf. Even the supplier are gonna ask you that, because when you buy certain things from China, you have a person who do the work, do the paperwork for you. But the person named Guru, what do the paperwork for you? When you bring in the things them. So you tell me, say nobody up at Jacden never do them due diligence, Percy. They just get up and go to China, go buy things and come back. The thank you for your side, the broker. So nobody never go. Don't go find no, so no broker not involved. Who not tell that, comrades? Who you tell that, Dennis Garden? No PNP person now believe that. Not even the strongest Michael Manley comrade on social media, this now pass them Dennis Garden. Dennis Garden said, Travi, according to Garden, the machines had already arrived in the island when the company was then informed that it needed an import permit from the Ministry of Health, which could not be processed in time was available to Jacden. So Dennis Garden want us, the people of Jamaica, guys, to believe that them go by the things without finding out the proper process. You know, Dennis Garden come better than that. Come better than that, Dennis. Come better than that, Dennis Garden. You know, can't fool we. That is why Mark Gold no run out, because it does not make sense. Exactly, a custom broker is needed once your goods pass. Exactly. And everybody knows, so when you are bringing certain medical things into the country, you see around them people and if you give permission, because you don't want nobody bringing no default things and no things when a proper come in Jamaica to come kill off Jamaican people. Dennis Garden knows the procedure. I don't know. Well, let me not say that. I know. It is so sad. It is unbelievable for me to believe that Dennis Garden cut people up at Jacden did that know the proper procedure. Dennis Garden, I refuse to believe that. I'm sorry. I refuse to believe that no one that worked at Jacden knew of the proper procedure. I'm sorry, Dennis Garden, it now fly comrades. Not even who don't believe that. Hear him again now, guys. The company which supplied the equipment also sent the biomedical engineers who got 10 days in the country when it was revealed that the machines could not be cleared because they required a permit to clear them. Everybody got confused, and so the people who managed my affairs, because I don't manage the day-to-day affairs of the company, they reached out to UHWI, said Gordon, as he argued that it has been the convention for UHWI to assist its partners in circumstances such as this. Ah, Jesus. Pass me not, O gentle Savior, hear my humble cry. You hear that a while ago, guys? You hear that a while ago? Dennis Garden say, the biomedical engineers, them they only have 10 days in the company. Dennis Garden, all of that should have sort out before you bring in the biomedical engineers in the country. All of the paperwork supposed to be sort out before you bring in the technical people. Them, who you fool? And if that is the case, send them back and pay for them come back when you clear your shipment. They could have come back. They could have come back, Dennis. That now go work with the people of Jamaica, brother. That will not fly with the people of Jamaica. If time is of the essence, send them back, and when you sort out your goods, you pay for them come back into the country, come do your work for you. Dennis, I bet you never come out. I bet you never come out. Because when ordinary Jamaican people send them barrel come a wharf and then come down from foreign to come clear them barrel and them barrel not come in time and them have to go way back. They have to make special arrangement to get them produced. They can't call no friend and company to clear it for them. They can't call nobody where they want to do it for them. When the ordinary Jamaicans come from overseas to do them paperwork and time run out upon them, they have to go back to America and come back and do it. What makes you so special? What is special about you make you couldn't follow the procedures? You know what Jamaican people may know come down to do them TRN and the NIS and for open bank account, and when they can't get through, then get frustrated and cost the government because they have to go back and do it. Why you couldn't follow the procedures then, Dennis? All you have to do, get the proper paperwork, clear your packet, your equipment, and pay back for the technicians come back to Jamaica, come set them up. This is no excuse. This is unacceptable. And it will not fly by the people of Jamaica. We will not accept this, Dennis Garden. This excuse is not good. It does not sit well with the ordinary Jamaicans who have to sit down and draw them bottom pan bench and try to get them paperwork done before time for them go back to America to go do them work. No, and them have to call them boss and lie to them boss in order to stay an extra week to do them work in Jamaica, because everybody knows that Jamaica do things slow. And you tell me, say, your 10 people couldn't stay, so you had to get call up a UHWI. And hear the party now, guys. Comrades, hear the party now. Because maybe we'll not hear it. Remember me telling you, say, it behind paywall, you know, so maybe we'll not see it. Come here, comrades. We could talk. Happy Easter. Guys, we'll click up the like. Comrade, like up the like, make it get to 100K. Then let me stay on the For You page. Comrades, hear the part here, comrades. Hear the part here. I'll go back to it. Because this part is very important. This part is very important, comrades. You're the part of comrades. You're the nice part, and what Dennis say. Dennis say, it has been the convention for UWI to assist its partners in circumstances such as this. So how nobody never tell we say Jacden and UWI are partners. Lord Jesus, I long to be perfectly whole. Come here, Dennis. Come here, Dennis. How nobody never tell the people of Jamaica, Philippines, say Jacden and UWI are partners. Oh, Tufton, come here, Minister Tufton, you have questions to answer. Oh, nobody never tell the people of Jamaica, Betsy, say Jacden and UWI are partners. Oh, the CEO never disclosed that in the PAAC, comrades. Comrades, Dennis, Marky, how the CEO never tell the people of Jamaica, Tino, say Jacden. At the first me I hear this. At the first me I hear this, comrades. Dennis Garden said, it has been the convention for UWI to assist its partners in circumstances such as this. You see? You see the level of corruption at UWI? Look, Minister, please get a if the Auditor General can do the work, use with tax dollar and pay a private auditing firm to go and audit University Hospital of the West Indies. Not another dollar until they are properly audited, Travi. Because Comrade Dennis Garden is telling the country, say, it is the convention. It is the convention for UWI. So first it was a mistake, but now it is the convention, Travi. Make that make sense, comrades. First it was a mistake, according to Dennis Garden. But now he said it is the convention. So comrades. Dennis Garden now make no sense. Talk the truth, comrade. Talk the truth. Earlier in the article, he said it was a mistake and he never know about it. But now he's telling the country, say it is the convention of UWI. Where is Mark Golding? Where is Mark Jefferson Golding? Because this interview by Dennis Garden Soji, it have more questions than answer. Something not right. Something not right in the Easter Sunday dinner. Something a cradle in the mayonnaise. Gravy salt. First it was a mistake. Now it is the convention. In Dennis Garden, make it make sense. You cannot have it both ways. You cannot have it both ways, Dennis Garden. You said it was a mistake, and when you found out about the mistake, you fix it. Now, further on, you say because your people them couldn't stay in the country long, sorry, because the people them who come to help you to fix up the machine couldn't stay past 10 days. You ask upper you if he help you because it is the convention for you to help their partner, Comrade St. Arbin. Make it make sense, comrades. Make it make sense, comrades. It cannot be the same. It cannot be two of the same. It has to be one of them. Was it the convention or was it a mistake? And when did University Hospital and Jacden became partner? What the date and the time? Because as far as me, guys, when Comrade Edda Miller Bennett asked the CEO or asked somebody from UWI, what are the benefits that the Jamaican people get from these machines at Jacden, being that they were brought in on the back of taxpayer? The CEO said none. The CEO saying nothing, no paper trail, no agreement, no arrangements in place where the people of Jamaica get any benefit from these machines. And I'm calling on Dennis Garden to show that evidence. Because in company interview and talk everything, I'm not coming with no evidence. Bring the evidence, Dennis Garden. Bring the evidence. You can't just come do an interview and show allegation and innuendo some and not tell with the facts. No, give us the evidence because the CEO told the country that the people of Jamaica gets no benefit from these machines. And you need to show the evidence as well of University Hospital of the West Indies being partners with Jacden. Where is Mark Golding, comrades? Where is Mark Golding? Where is Mark Golding? Hear him. And I am not the only one, and I don't know that I will be the last. So everybody's talking about Jacden, but nobody seems to care about the other three entities. I have not profited. I have given back. Do you know, typical PNP now, guys. Do you know that I also give medical equipment to UHWI? Who cares? Donated things to UHWI. Who cares? That they did not have. We donated patient monitors, fetal monitors, diabetic ulcer monitors, and nobody said anything because that is not the narrative that they want to portray. Dennis, that is irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. That is irrelevant. That is beside the point, and that holds no sway when it comes to this. We the people of Jamaica wanted to be held accountable for the illegal use of the tax exempt that University Hospital gave to you. That is what we're talking about. We don't care where you will do behind closed doors. That has nothing to do with the Jamaican people. The Jamaican people want to talk about the tax evasion practices by UHWI, and you benefited from it based on what the Auditor General said. That is what we're talking about. We don't care where you give UHWI. That has nothing to do with we. Hear him now. Jacden could have applied to the Health Ministry for a waiver of the custom duties, and more than likely this would have been granted. So what stop you? What stop you? What stop you, Dennis Garden? Since you know, said Jacden could have applied to the ministry for tax waiver or whatever, duty waivers or whatever. Why didn't you do it? What stopped you, Dennis? That is why that is why I told you earlier, Dennis. It is hard for me to believe that it was a mistake. Knowing all what you say or know, it is very hard for me and some of the well-thinking Jamaicans, comrade, to believe that this was a mistake because of all your utterances afterward. You claim say it was a mistake. Because if you know, say Jacden could apply and get duty waiver, why you never do it? Why you never do it? Why didn't you? If you know all of this, why you never do it, Dennis? Why did you go the route of a tax exempt? Eh? If you know all of this, why did you make that mistake? Or was it a mistake or not? Eh? Hear the part now, guys. And it pains deep down when people are trying to mar the reputation of my organization, trying to use me as a distraction for other things that are going on. And the thing that bothers me the most is the impact it is having on my mother. Listen, you can do Dennis Garden anything, but just don't kill my mother. She's 96. Allow her to live her life comfortably rather than putting her in this stressful position and situation. That is what bothers me the most. Really, Dennis Garden? Really? So you all want to have mother? Are you all want to have mother, Dennis? So Andrew no mother? Andrew oldness no mother? A goat ban him? A cow ban him? So Andrew Michael oldness don't have any mother, Dennis. When you're coming and you and Dayton and the entire PNP Go around the country for 4 years and assassinate the man character. Public lynching according to you. Tell all type of misinformation and lies and propaganda upon the man. Tear him down. Tear down his family. Tear down his wife. Him never have no mother. Him never have no mother, Dennis. Our Prime Minister Andrew Michael Holness, him never have no mother. Tufton have no mother, Dennis. Lindsay no have no mother. All of the Labour right MP, them would have Andre Stevens a tear down. All of the Labour right MP want to set Andre Stevens for night after night after night. Them not have no mother. Let me tell you something, Dennis Garden. This is not about your mother and you're not going to try to pay no victim. This is about Jacden benefited from the tax-exempt status UHWI of which they were not qualified for. This is about the blatant corruption and mismanagement and misuse of our tax dollars. This is not about your personal life. If you want to turn it to be personal, that is your business. We are not going there with you. We are sticking to the argument and the facts are clear. Your company, which you own, benefited from tax exempt of which you guys were not qualified for. The people of Jamaica wanted to be held accountable for it, and the people of Jamaica want Mark Jefferson going to take actions on what you did. That is what we are focusing on. This is not about your mother. This has absolutely nothing to do with your mother. So don't come try to come join your mother and this stuff look sympathy. We are not going to attack your mother. We don't operate like that. We don't operate. Bring me charge up. We plug it over the side, I baby. We don't operate like that. Bring the extension too. We don't operate like that. So don't come talk about your mother in 96 and we are killer. And then hear him now, guys. Oh, the stress on his mother. Are you a stress out your mother, Dennis? If the truth should be talking, Dennis God, between me and you, I really and truly you are stressed out your mother, because how you put yourself in this predicament. We didn't put this on you. We didn't put this on you, comrade. You brought this on yourself. So how are we stressing out your mother? To report the facts? To report the facts? How are we stressing out your mother when you put this by yourself? And you want Jacden? And you want Jacden? And we put it by you. What about my 96? Allow your 96-year mother to live. We're not troubling your mother. This is not the party who attack people's personal life. This is not the party who attack people's spouse. This is not the party who attack people's parents. This is not the party who attack people's children. That is the PNP style. That is Mark Golding and the PNP style. Who every chance in getting traffic tear down Mrs. Holness. That is the PNP style. The Jamaica Labour Party, we don't operate like that. We don't operate like that. We don't attack people's family. We don't attack people's children. That's not how we operate. So don't go and try to tell me about how much we attack or stressing out your mother. No. Plug in it like something there, so I'm trying so far. I can't come. I can't meet me. Yeah. Who you mean by we are stressed out your mother, Dennis? Don't do it. Plug in that in the hole that we Chloe have, and then plug that in the extension and stretch it. Yeah, but we attack him 90, allowing mother to live stressful position. Yes, good job. Stretch it and so far it can go. That in bring it from. Yeah, stop now, stop. Drop it now. Yeah. You plug out? Plug it in. Nobody now attack your mother, Dennis. Lift up this, put it there, son. Huh? This. Put it right there, son. There, son. Good job. Good job. Go on back in now. I don't want to sue no too. We don't hear big people attack on. Go on in. But we are attacking mother. We not attack your mother, comrade. We don't operate like that. We don't operate like that in the Jamaica Labour Party. We attack the facts. We attack the facts. We don't need to go down in the gutter like the PA. That is a PNP style. Every chance then get them talk about how Mrs. Owness look, how her foot size look, how she this, how she that. I want to style that. We don't work like that. We come about the facts, and the facts are clear. Dennis Garden Company, Jacden, benefited from tax exempt. Dennis Garden Company brought in dialysis machine without paying the proper taxes, carried them to Linjus Road, and charging the people of Jamaica to use them. Those are the facts. Hear him now, guys. And this part is very important, labor rights. This is for we homework. Hear this part now. The Jacden head pointed out that the imported dialysis machine are being used to offer treatment at 10,000, which is about half of the regular market price. Then all the comrade them say, Dennis Gardner make people use it for free. Here is your $10,000 for use it there. Imagine Dennis. You bring in the dialysis machine and the back of the poor people of Jamaica. And you turn around and charge the people of Jamaica to use those said machine. And then you have the audacity to be telling the people of Jamaica, say you did nothing wrong. What can go so? What can go so, Dennis Gardner? It doesn't matter if it's below market price. It doesn't matter if it is market price. It doesn't matter the cost. The facts still remain. You brought in these machines on the back of the Jamaican people. They are not paying the proper taxes. And then you put them at your private facility and you're charging the Jamaican people to use them. That is the fact. Hear him now, guys. Hear him now. Jacden treats people who are referred to it from the public health sector, which is critically short of dialysis machine. You see? So when the Auditor General said that the government of Jamaica bought 21 dialysis machine and put up a UHWI, and when the people of Jamaica go up a UHWI to use the dialysis machine, and we hear say 15 and 16 of them now work, those said peoples are sent to Linjus Road to use the one them down a Jacden. You see what going on? I am calling on Minister Tufton and the new CEO of University Hospital of the West Indies. Fix them 21 dialysis machines that are up there and make them available for the people of Jamaica. Nobody should be sent to Jacden to be paid, to be asked to pay to use the dialysis machine. No Jamaicans be referred to Jacden. Jacden is not a part of University Hospital. That is corruption. That is corruption, comrades. What is happening is that the University Hospital neglect to fix the machine that the government purchased, and they refer the people of Jamaica to Jacden according to Garden to pay $10,000 for use the one them down there. That must stop. Minister Tufton, I'm calling on you and the new CEO. Fix those machines that we have in the system. Fix them so that the people of Jamaica can have access to them. Nobody else should be sent to Jacden. Nobody else. That practice must be stopped. It must be stopped, Libra Queen. Because it is a plan between the both of them. It's a plan between the both of them, because the Auditor General said that we have over 20 dialysis machines at University Hospital that was purchased by the people of Jamaica. Of the 20, more than half of them now work. You don't think say nothing to them? I put it to you, not a goddamn thing to do them machine there. Then just plug them out, Kizzy. I put it to you, my sister Juliet, that not a goddamn thing don't do them machine there. I plug them out because they want to send the people them down a Jacden. Tufton, I'm telling you, this is your time to fix the corruption at the university hospital once and for all. I have been saying it for months. I've been saying it for years. Calling a private auditing firm and audit University Hospital of the West Indies and fire some of those public servants who are sitting up there and taking our money and taking us for granted. Use our tax dollar and call in a private auditing firm to audit University Hospital of the West Indies. Because here is the CEO confirming it, KJ. Jacden treats people who are referred, guys, referred to it from the public health facilities. So that means to say, that is why when the Jamaican people go to you to do dialysis, they can't get through because they plug out the dialysis machine where the government buy and send the people in a Jacden. Come on, guys, talk to me. Long time we have said it. Mr. Lord? Yes. Long time we have said it. Not like when they're Jamaica, you know. Because I like to talk freely in my house and in my yard, you know.
I'm my house too.
But that's what I like when they're here. Shh. Me can't mute. This life can't mute. I don't know if people like, please, me I beg you. I'm not background at you.
I just start talking to me, no?
All right, go on.
The children's phone.
Then the pan punishment.
Someone take them out.
If you say them punish enough?
Yes, man.
The pan the dresser. Warn them. Next time you go take it for 2 days. All right. Because the government say not to beat pitney, so I have to start beat pitney. So I have to find a way to punish them. Yes, guys. Sorry about that. Another break in transmission, a commercial break. Yes. Yes, Sister Bridget. We know why when the people go up at you if you use the dialysis machine, labor yard. You hear say that now work because them plug them out. Bridget, and then they send the people down to Jacden to use it. This is what the CEO said. The CEO said people Jacden treat people who are referred to it from the public health facilities. Who refer them? Who give that directive to refer people to private facilities? Is that coming from the ministry? I've never heard that before. Where is Guru? I've never heard that before. I need one to come tell me. I've never heard that before. Is that a policy in the ministry? Can maybe me get it wrong, guys? Because I don't know nothing. Can somebody tell me if this is a policy in the ministry where it is allowed for you to refer people to private facilities? Lord God, when we bribe people them there, thank God I get them dinner. When we bribe people them there, is it a policy in the Ministry of Health, guys? For the hospital to refer people to a private facility? Is it I'm not asking if it a go a long time. I am asking if it is a government policy. Juliet, are two different things, me as a sister. I am not disputing that it has been happening for years. My question to you guys, is it a government policy? Yela Shika say, if you are referred, then the government. Oh, okay. Oh, so this is even worse. But that is corruption too, Lashika. That is corruption too. Because the government provide the machine in the hospital. Why you don't fix them and make the people and get them to use? Why you send them somewhere else for the government to pay again when we have the equipment there? This is corruption at the highest level. Minister Tufton, I am calling on you to fix these things. I am calling on the new CEO at the University Hospital of the West Indies to fix these things. We have 21 dialysis machines at the University of the Hospital. Every single one of them should be working. Every single one of them should be working. And the government should be looking to buy 21 more because they have money up you if you do all type of things. Them have money up you if you do all type of things, including privatizing the parking lot, but they don't have money to buy equipment for the hospitals. Dr. Tufton, calling the auditor, calling to the auditors and allow the chips to fall where they lie. Too much corruption at the University Hospital of the West Indies. Too much. We're overwhelmed. Dennis Garden said it is the practice for UWI to do these things for their partners. Tufton and the CEO need to come out tomorrow and tell the country what kind of a business UWI and Jacden in, because it was not disclosed at the last PAAC. You know what? I have to go send a message to my PAAC member Kerencia. I'm gonna ask Kerencia to ask the CEO at the next sitting of the PAAC to tell the country by a way of contract what type of business arrangement UWI and Jacden in, because it must be somewhere on file up there, guys. It up the pan file, man. It up the pan file, Marvin, because here is Jacden saying it. Jacden say it. It must have, maybe the new CEO not see it yet. So me ask the members of the PAAC at the next sitting, ask the CEO to disclose to the country the arrangements that are in place between Jacden and UWI, because Jacden said you will do it for their partners. So they must have been partners. The country want to know. The country want to know, comrades. The country want to know. Jacden, the country want to know Mark Jefferson Golden, because I am not making up any story, and I tell you guys where I am reading from. So no can't say me I make up story. The CEO and the owner of Jacden said it is normally the convention for UWI to assist its partners in bringing in equipment in the country. To my knowledge, and this is just my knowledge, remember me no work no way. So this is just my knowledge on TikTok. There is no arrangement in place, but there might have been one. So we're calling on the members of the PAAC to ask the CEO to produce this evidence. Yeah, this is important. And I need to know from the minister. I need to know from the text him and ask, because I like to be in the know, you know. I need to know from the minister if it is a government policy where the government stipulates to any to the hospitals that you can refer people to private facilities. I never know of that. Of course, me I hear me know it do, but me never know say it is a practice that is known and accepted right across the health sector. That is basically it in the story, you know, guys. Because there is a things them when say you know necessary. There is a things them when say is not really necessary. There are things that when say is not really necessary. Guy, when I try to take inside. The argument is clear. Or you can send on a request now. And any PNP person want to come and try to justify what Dennis Garden said, the floor is yours. Because with this now come off of the front page, you know, comrades. This will not come off the front page. Because I bet time they go on in. I bet time they go on in, guys. I bet time they go on in. Because you can't come tell the people of Jamaica, say, you did nothing wrong and you will not resign. And then you list out a litany of things where you do wrong. It don't make no sense. It come like you're playing with face. Come like you laugh after we. Me not see the thing light up, so look like we not request it. Come like we not laugh after we. Oh, you're gonna say you not do nothing wrong. When it is widely disclosed that your company, you are the owner, benefited from a tax exempt status that you were not qualified for, that you're not supposed to get. How is that nothing wrong, Dennis? It's Soji. Make it make sense to me, brother. I don't know. Okay, come up. Soji, tell me if you hear me. Make it make sense to me, Soji. We get from this article with Dennis, this interview with Dennis Garden said.